the soul. What a people. We always live by the sea. They say home.
Welcome back, everybody, for our second episode of I See You, Marists in Oceania sharing our vocation. And today we're joined by Br Tabunga and Christine. And to start off our show, we thought, as we do always, we'll start with the quick responses. Who you are, where you call home, what brings you joy, what you're passionate about, and maybe something about what you like to do in your spare time. So, Br Tabunga, let's start with where in the world you are.
Yes, I am from Kiribati. It's a central part of the Pacific. It's an island, and it's very isolated in the very huge ocean, Pacific Ocean. And I'm living at the moment in the main island named Tarawa. Yeah, that's the capital of Kiribati. Yeah, well, most of the time when I had a free time, I often do things that interested to do it, especially my hobbies, being a teacher or teaching, because I think it is really involved, like get along with young people and involved in the how to help and develop the understanding of life, and also to help people, especially the students and the youth.
Christine, welcome to I See You, Marists in Oceania, sharing our vocation. And it's great for you to meet Br Tabunga and hear a little bit about where he calls home, what he does in his spare time. And now it's your turn to share a little bit about where you call home and what gets you passionate.
I'm simply from Sydney, Australia. And for those that know Australia, and Sydney, I'm from Campbelltown. So I'm in the southwestern suburbs. Very proudly born and bred Campbelltown. I love to walk my dogs. I love to garden. I love to knit when it's a bit cooler. I love to read. I love to go to the movies. Or go to the beach. That's kind of what I like to do in my spare time. The things that bring me joy are my family. What am I passionate about? Just to give you all an idea, is basically helping others. That would be the core of who I am.
Br Tabunga, how did you first get involved with the Marists?
Was when I was in school. I was at the St. Louis High School in Kiribati, in Tarawa, and that was actually the brothers were running the school, and they were teaching there, some of them, and most of them from New Zealand, Samoa, and Tonga, Fiji. So I get to know the one brother was my teacher, and it was some sort of kind of a model for me in the way of how he inspired me, in the way he give a lesson and he teach the students.
I've always been involved with the Marist. I was born Marist, and the reason is my dad went to school at Villa Maria, which is the little primary school now next door to St. Joseph's at Hunters Hill. And that was many eons ago, but through Dad was taught by Brother Clarence. Some of you have heard his name. God bless his cotton socks. And it just soaked into him. So when he has his family, the Marist way of doing things became our family way of doing things.
What would be your understanding of the Lay Marist vocation?
It's really fundamental in how I understand how we both share the mission of Marist, in terms of through our own way of relationship to the children, the students, and also people that are very much part of our mission. It's somehow that it has to be a complement together in sharing the mission of Christ.
Carrying on the Marist flame. The brothers have been doing that from the beginning, but they they share that light with other people, and it would be a shame that they were the only ones to share it. And so having that light given to me, I have this blessed opportunity. And I think if you caught the bug, you need to share the bug. And it's not a bug, it's this beautiful light and a way of dealing with people. And I really think that it's not up to just the consecrated, it's up to everyone that has been exposed to it. And so it's a shared responsibility to share the Marist.
So my question for you is, how have you been formed and accompanied as a Marist? And the second question is, how do you experience community and belonging?
Well, getting to know my life as a brother, I started to realize that I cannot survive by myself, or I cannot survive alone in the way of how I live my life as a brother. And from that kind of perspective, it brings me into an idea that my families, it's like all over the place. My family is like everywhere in the world. I would say when I went to Fiji, those people became a part of me. They became my family. When I went to the Philippines, the brothers there and the community there is becoming part of me. And somehow I started to realize that there is a good thing about being a brother, because you don't really feel lonely. You don't really feel like that you live your life by yourself.
As a teacher in a Marist school, very, again, blessed. I've been able to do sharing our call and footsteps, and that's helped really articulate for me what it means to be Marist, what's the Marist charism, and then apply that to my teaching. I've been able to take a lot of students in years 10, 11 and 12 to Marist gatherings, student gatherings, be it on Friday evenings or down to Mittagong, where we have greater the student leaders meeting. Whilst I'm on the side, I just have this, I'm so lucky because you hear the language, you get involved with the kids, you're doing the activities, and that is another layer of formation for me. So that constantly forms and reforms me as a Marist.
Brother Tabunga, did you bring something with you today that is a symbol of your experience of Marist life?
I have this one with me. You can see it's we call it in Kiribati Br, and that is a canoe. Well, it's very significant for me, as I can reflect over it. This symbol also symbolized how we've been journeyed together on a boat, voyage together in the same boat, and live lives that can be challenging. And we know that the boat or the canoe is facing a lot of challenges in the sea, and also it can rewarding at the same time into our lives. And if we really reflect on it, a boat or a canoe for us, so for me, it's something that always brings life, because you have to go out to the sea and catch a lot of fish. You use the canoe to go out for transportation as a means of travel. It brings a lot of people from one place to another. So it's just significant for me because it symbolizes that who we are as Marist, and also who we are as people that we are journeying on this.
Called the Bethlehem Star or the Bethlehem Cross. So I feel like I'm still wearing a cross, but it represents for me that Mary said yes, and that the brothers said yes, and we have said yes. And yes is to make Jesus known and loved. And that is very much at kind of what I do and how I act, how I think. And the community I'm in, and any community I'm in, I try to bring those qualities to it, to say yes, to help people, because I think it's such a wonderful way to live. It gives me a lot of peace, joy and peace out of and I'm reminded every day that comes from Mary saying yes.
So thank you so much for sharing all of those insights about how you see Marists in Oceania today, Brother Tabunga and Christine. We look forward to learning more about other Marists in upcoming episodes of I See You.